So, yesterday, it was just dropped out of nowhere a new model of Fulgrim for Warhammer 40k. And I gotta say, before we go any further, the memes have been glorious. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the memes have been nothing short of just absolutely amazing. Like, revisiting relatives, those memes really kept me going. It was just hit after hit after hit, and I'm still seeing a lot of them because everyone was everyone knew Fulgrim was coming back. Like, let's get that out of the way right now. The reason why I was like, I haven't really talked much about like another Primarch returning, and I was talking about like Leman Russ. It's more than likely Leman Russ is coming back, and also there's whispers of Altharius coming back. But the reason why I didn't really talk much about Fulgrim's return, which we were all like, yeah, we already knew Fulgrim was coming back. They had been like telegraphing Fulgrim's return to the Warhammer setting, and it's not like he's been gone. He's just been in the warp the whole damn time, and now we have an upgraded model to play for 40k rather than the Horus Heresy. So that was kind of the reason why I didn't really go too ham on the whole thing. I was just more along the lines of, well, that's cool. Anyway, and this is up from someone who really does not give a fuck about Leman Russ. Like, I really don't care about Leman Russ. Altharius maybe coming back, or Omegon coming back. And Fulgrim, too, is just like, He's not one of my Fulgrim's not one of my favorite Primarchs. He is, and it's funny, too, because he's so much like Starscream, my favorite Transformer. So, to have that character, to have that character again is kind of funny. Like, I do think it's hysterical that this character is, it's a character that that has characteristics that I do enjoy, but I'm just like, on it. But at the same time, I don't play the game. Most of you guys already know I don't follow Warhammer for the models. That's an expensive business. I follow it for the lore. So today, this video is going to be talking about Fulgrim. Now he's back. Now what? Like, where do we go now? Now that the Demon Primarch of Slaanesh has returned to the setting, looking more and more Slaanesh-y. That's the best way to put it. And what does that mean for the Warhammer setting moving forward? So the big thing is, it looks like the best way I get to say is that, yeah, Fulgrim's been in the warp for a long time after Raylanor blew his ass up. And that's the thing, Demon Primarchs can't die. So first off, we have to ask ourselves, where's Fulgrim been? Like, what has he been doing, as the Demon Primarch of Slaanesh? Has he just been, up in his kingdom, just furiously masturbating day in and day out? I wouldn't put it past him. But Fulgrim's new model, what we can infer from the character is that he looks way more demonic. Like, there's now, like, he has trophies of people he's killed. Like, obviously he has Ferrus Manus' sword. He has a whip now. He has his other sword, the one that was kind of the tipping point for him to fall to chaos. And he also is, like, wearing other accoutrements from other people he's killed. So, what has he been up to? Like, I really hope we get a Fulgrim novel talking about, like, where the character is going to go next and what is to be done with him going forward. So, the other big question is, what does this mean for the Emperor's Children on a whole? Now, the other thing, like, gameplay-wise, we all knew that the Emperor's Children were getting a big update. They were getting a massive update, and they're going to be a big player moving forward. But here's the thing, story-wise, I'm curious to be what that is, because we've had a lot of moving pieces in the Emperor's Children. Obviously, Fabius Bile and his new men, as well as the Fulgrim clone he traded to Trazyn to get, those gene seeds. On top of that, you have Eidolon and his story. You have what's going on Lucian, and Lucian didn't feel, or Eidolon really care about the idea of Fulgrim coming back. We also had the whole thing of the new Renegades novel, Lord of Excess, which is basically a novel talking more about what the Emperor Children warband's been up to, and some of them have been looking for Fulgrim. The other half, though, don't give a fuck about him. So it's going to be curious to see how that plays out, because remember, during the Fabius Bile novel, Fabius revealed that clone, that Fulgrim clone, to the other Space Marines there, the other Emperor's Children, and they immediately started praying to it. And that's going to be, like, so it makes me wonder, what's it going to be like when Fulgrim finally reveals himself to the rest of the Emperor's Children? Are they going to be a united force, or are they still going to be, like, splintered up, kind of like the World Eater warbands? I personally believe they won't, because you have characters like Fabius, Eidolon, and Lucian, all of whom give no fucks about their Gene Father. They have zero fucks to give about their Gene Father and what he's up to. But the other thing you have to bring up is that that's not the case with the other ones. Could it be that the other Emperor's Children, like, enough of them fall under Fulgrim's banner? And once it does, like, if that does happen, what's that gonna mean for the rest of the Warhammer Warhammer universe? Remember, Fulgrim's the reason Guilliman was in that stasis lock. He was put into suspended animation because he nearly killed him. So could it be that Fulgrim's come back to finish the job on Guilliman? Or is he now, like, hunting Lion? Is he hunting the Lion now? And on top of that, you have that Eldari update with the models. So that might mean there's going to be more stuff with them. But it could be that we're dealing with the stuff with Kegarak, the Laughing God, and Slaanesh is now, like, brought Fulgrim back out of the Eye of Terror to be like, go deal with this. Could be the Emperor's Children going to war with the Eldari. That could easily be another factor that you could really play into. I am interested to see where we go. Again, Fulgrim's not one of my favorite Primarchs, demon or loyalist otherwise. But I will say it's all, like, it does leave a lot of story potential out there. I'm also not one of the and again, this is coming from someone who's more of a Xeno fan, more of a Necron fan than anything else, and I think it's kind of gimmicky when a Primarch comes back. But at the same time, like, at the bottom of your heart, you're like, holy shit, this character's back. But again, Fulgrim was, like, a surprise to no one. Fulgrim was really, in no way, shape, or form, a surprise to anyone in any way, shape, or form. So, you also have to take into account, like, the other thing that I think some of us should ask ourselves is this actually going to go anywhere? I know Warhammer, and I've asked this question before, it's like, you have this big character-changing moment, what are you going to do with it now? I'm throwing out all these ideas of, like, is Fulgrim going to go to, like, unite the Emperor's Children, and they're going to go to war on behalf of Slaanesh against the Eldar? Or is Fulgrim going to go back to, going to war with Guilliman, to finish what he started? Or is he going to go after the Lion and the Dark Angels? Or is he just going to go back to his room and start jacking off again? All of those, sadly, are valid answers. That's the big thing. But for right now, I hope they do something cool with it. I just can't, like, hopefully, and again, I'm going on the idea of, we're gonna do something cool, right? Like, we're gonna do something really cool with it. When you bring back Fulgrim, story-wise, you're gonna do something interesting with it, right? Right? Come on, guys. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Fulgrim returning to the Warhammer 40k setting? Are you guys excited for it? Are you guys not? What are you guys hoping they'll do with Fulgrim and, by and large, the Emperor's Children? Do you think they might have something to do with Fabius Bile's clone of him that's on Solimus with Trazyn? Do you think it might be something to do with Guilliman or the Eldar? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.